When you're lining up in the blocks, what's going through your mind?
Stay calm. Focus. Remember my why I'm out here, why I'm doing this, why I keep doing this, why I want to do this, and shifting it from a hesitant, nervous why to a positive why, because that's what I need to do. I need to be mentally all in, because that's the only way my body's gonna be all in. Honestly, my challenge, which is always the start of my race. I am not an explosive runner. Like I said, coming from mid-distance, going down to sprints, I have to stay mentally locked in that first part of my race. For someone like me on the 400 meters, it's not the last 100 meters that's the hardest for me. That's probably the most secure that I feel. It's the first 100 meters for me. That's my concern, and always has been, because I need to get explosive. I need to get moving, and I have to have that in my mind the whole time.
Cheers.
This is the first time I've actually jogged in these Peluvas. I've been walking around in them. I've gone to the gym. You know, now I get a chance to actually jog in them. So let's see. Hey, that feels pretty good.
Yeah, you get that.
My mother has been such an inspiration to me my whole life. Her last year in high school, that's when they desegregated, so she couldn't even go to her senior year. She only got to go to school maybe a week, but she still graduated valedictorian of her high school. She went to Southern University on a full academic scholarship. My whole life, I've been told that you can do it. There are no excuses. And that's one of the reasons why I do what I do for my daughter. I want her to see me doing these things. When I hit the track, the first thing I'll be honest, I say, why am I here? Why am I doing this to myself? I sit there and I think about it, and I calm myself down, and then I ask myself the same thing, but I frame it differently. Why am I here? I'm here because I love this. This makes me happy. So after I do a warm-up lap, I do for lack of a better term, I kind of do a body check, and I'll see, you know, what is really aggravating me right now. And I'll go ahead and try to work into my routine for that day to really address that issue. So not just the general stretches. Everyone has their own warm-up routine where they might work in some, you know, dynamic stretching or different skip sessions and things like that. But I really do take the time to feel my body and say, what do I need to focus on within that workout routine. For me, my piriformis muscle it gets aggravated because I sit a lot for work. And also soccer. I think kicking the ball this is my kicking leg, and I love to kick the ball. But so that gets aggravated a lot. I have a little bit of a knee injury, some calcium in there, and that's from soccer. Okay, I admit that too. My coaches hate when I talk about that, my soccer injuries, but you gotta do what you love. I mean, do what makes you happy, right? Just deal with it. And right now, my Achilles has been aggravating me. I think that really does help when I'm trying to kind of activate those fast twitch muscles. Again, trying to get in that sprinter mindset from a mid-distance runner. So yeah, so having that, pulling that up and then quick down, and then kind of jog it out a little bit, and then stretch up and dorsiflex. Keep those toes up and down. And it feels so good to me. It really does. I like that feeling a lot. I feel like I've practiced getting my foot, in the right strike position. Up. There's a drill in track where you're working on your hip flexor coming out, and it's like this, and you come out, and it's only on one leg. But in soccer, I noticed that they are combining, because I don't think they have enough time for warm-ups in soccer. So for me, I was like, I think I can combine the two. So I'll do in front and out and this way and come out this way. So I alternate like this instead of just doing one leg at a time. And I actually like it better because then I don't feel so fatigued on one leg. So that works for me. So just the alternating it, one, more like soccer.
How does it feel doing these in the Peluvas?
Oh, great. Yeah, I notice no difference, but I like the feeling that my toes are engaged. This is the hardest part of the race for me. I know other people might think it's the last 100 meters, but the first 100 meters is the hardest part for me because as an 800-meter runner, it's the explosiveness that I've had to transition to in doing the sprints. So this whole time here, I'm thinking, get out and get around this curve. Do not rely on my stride so much, but rely on my turnover. I'm in a weird spot, and those of us who are kind of moving between two different events will know what I'm talking about. If you're training for one, it's hard to kind of focus on others. I've switched my training more towards the 800 recently, and I know that that might take away a little bit from my 400, so I have to balance the two. It's all about balance, but isn't that how it is in life too? Balance. Balance is always the best. It's like your sleep, your nutrition, your training, your mindset, your work-life balance, everything, that's what it has to be. So I have to think about balance when I'm approaching, still trying to do what I, see what I can do in the 4, but also trying to do what I can in the 8.
Kristy Matthews just did the 200. Your time today?
27:33.
And that is a regional record in the books for the women's 50 plus.
The day after you run and you feel like you had a really good meet, you have a mix of emotions. You're tired, you're drained, but there's also this little spark that you have like, okay, I did that. What else can I do? You're weighing both of them in your mind and you're saying, but I'm so tired. But then you're saying, but I made it. I did it. So honestly, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I ran another 58 in the 400 on my anchor leg. And now I'm thinking, I can get that 57. I know I can. So let's just start it back up again. Let's do another round of this. And I think that's what keeps you going, is just knowing that you can do better, but also what you can accomplish. I love being a versatile athlete. I don't like being in one box.